try this again. Hello YouTubers, Chief Prepper here. Wanted to do hopefully a quick video. Get down. With the impending fuel shortages, the natural gas shortage is going to affect fertilizer in the spring. And then this latest legislation they put through has a natural gas tax that's purported to raise the cost of natural gas by 30%. So, that's bad. So the impending fuel crisis that's happening is going to cause a plastics crisis. So plastic is in many things that we use, food-wise, meat, frozen goods, from pizzas to vegetables to you name it, and frozen goods comes in plastic. Milk, yogurt, cheese, bacon, cookies, pies, bread, pretty much anything that's not canned or in a jar. Flour and rice comes in, or actually flour and sugar comes in paper, but rice tends to come in, and beans tend to come in plastic. So keep that in mind. I watched a video about a week ago, I can't remember the channel, but the guy said we got 18 months supply on hand. So that's like a big deal. So it means that prepping and saving and preparing is even a bigger deal. So the other thing I thought about for security is you might want to invest in a UAV, assuming you have a way to recharge the battery for it. So you can raise it up in the air and kind of provide surveillance of the area that you live in. You can see stuff coming. And then you can also use it in the woods to scout out game. Can't really see tracks too well, because I don't think you can fly it that well low to the ground because you can't see. But something to consider. Something else I was going to talk about. Oh, the America Falls series, a recent audio book that I started listening to. I think I finished it. It's similar to 1 Second After, except it's not an EMP. It's eerily similar to what happened here in the U.S. and around the world with the COVID virus, the Wuhan virus that escaped the lab. But the Chinese in that audiobook series are purported to have created a virus that kills pretty much anybody who's over 16 years of age. And it talks about certain key characters. And while the book is interesting to me, the things you need to pay attention to is all the background details. The lack of showering or washing for weeks at a time, the fighting, the running, the scrounging, the seeking safe havens. It's similar to some extent of The Walking Dead, where you keep having these leaders of groups discover each other and then they decide whether or not they're going to fight. Some of them do, some of them don't. Some of them ally. So keep in mind, I don't know what to say, everything points to everything being bad. I personally am wrestling with the decision on getting what would be a 6 car, but I'll be selling one. I may sell one and then trade in a van. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. We have one relatively new vehicle, and then everything I have has more than 100,000 miles on it. We have one really old truck, and then that I've recently got running again. And then I have my 1-ton that I use for truck stuff, like hauling wood and that kind of thing, but I don't drive it all the time. And then my 2007 Mercury, which is pushing 176,000 miles, which is the one I need to replace. So inflation's going to go up. I'm not sure I want a new car payment, but I also don't want to be fighting with cars when parts are going to become a bigger problem than they already are. So I've seen on YouTube channels where they're saying that the oil filter plants are going to be shutting down basically now in November for lack of materials. Pick a reason why. So you might want to consider plussing up on basically everything for your car, fuel filter wise, oil, and then possibly air filters for it, and then serpentine belt in the event that you break one. Normally a car has one or two of those, but you got to think about your ability to get stuff is going to go away. So I've spent since February the freeze working on and wargaming and trying to get my house ready for lack of electricity, and the only heat source I would have is the fireplace. I have about a quarter wood to get, and then I'll have 3/4 of firewood on hand. So that's cost me money to build additional firewood storage, and I'm working on modifying my chimney on my house so that I get it up above the roof line so that when the wind blows out of the north it doesn't fill the house with smoke, which is very bad and dangerous. So everybody has struggles, everybody has decisions, everybody has sacrifices. You have to choose what's important to you and then go down the path you choose. Good luck to all of you. Stay safe. Try not to get down and out. Try to stay positive and try to get as ready as you can. Chief Prepper out.